Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to week number 4 in our series, So Will I, and we're really excited
Welcome
about
to Destiny. We're so glad you're here. Take a look at what's happening.
Here for the first time, you can kind of go back online if you want to. And
we're getting ready for family reunion class that's kicking off on the first Sunday of October. This is your opportunity to take your next step and join our family.
I truly believe it's going to bless you. And you know, when we
join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. at the East Campus for a powerful time of family prayer.
Figure out, God, what is it that you want for
At Destiny, we're a church of steps, and if at any time you want to take your next step of growth, find the next step card, fill out the information, and turn it into our welcome center.
So it's going to be great. You ready to get into the Word today? Come on, can you stand and give our online audience a big round of applause right now? God bless you. We love you. Thank you for watching. If you're ready to get baptized, you can register at our website at destiny.online/baptism. We've been in this series called So Will I, and based out of a song, but really it's about worship. And
thanks for joining us today. For more information, visit us at the Welcome Center or visit destiny.online. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We hope you enjoy the rest of the service.
We're just a church of steps. And, there's some people that lift their hands, but all we ever ask is that you just lift your heart and let everything else follow, okay? And God will take care of it. But today we're going to end it really with a parable
what
that
does it mean
Jesus
to worship?
Shared. And often he
Why
would share in
do I
parables.
worship?
They're just
I see hands
metaphorical
raised, God
stories
praised, lips
that
singing,
really trying to
songs
bring
played.
understanding to
Why
people. And in
was
Luke
I
chapter
created?
15, he says this.
Questions
so
that
he
were not
told them
far
this
from
parable,
home.
this
They were
kind
close
of
enough
I'm
to
gonna
make me
bring
think.
a spiritual
Can I tell you about this God, the creator,
into something
the
that's
greatest
practical,
artist,
you can
engineer,
grasp.
designer,
And he goes on to
writer
say,
of our
what
story?
man of you having 100 sheep,
God multiplied
if he
light
has
with
lost
voice when the
one of
world
them?
was dark and formless.
And I want to, for
A
a moment
speechless
there,
night
say this
became
because,
day, a melody for my
when I
eyes.
really
The
use the word
skies you
lost
see
in the church,
are far more than
it's
beauty,
always in some
perfectly
sense
created
kind
in
of,
purpose
from
and color,
receivers,
patterns
and
and wonder.
That's pretty negative.
Next came
Saying,
trees,
"I'm lost." Like,
sprouting
how can
from
you
the
say that?
ground,
And I
providing
say
many
that because I was
needs,
raised in church.
but
There
reminding
was a time
us
I was lost.
that we are
Pastor
always
would say that
connected to
often.
what's
I go,
beneath
God,
the
that's
surface.
not,
God designed creature not just uniquely,
and
but
I want us
soundly.
to understand
Each creature
something, that
creating path through the skies,
lost
through the sea, and what's
doesn't
around
mean
you and me.
loved.
He spoke calling.
That in some sense,
He spoke
I've
mission.
lost a lot of
He
things that I
spoke
don't
with
go after.
precision. In each animal,
So Jesus
he
just doesn't
purposed
go
to
after
multiply. A
lost
beautiful
people.
lullaby.
He goes after loved people, people he
But
loves.
to complete this
that
song
are
of
lost.
life,
And
he
I want
wanted
you to
a
know that if
focus.
you feel like you're
He wanted
far from God
something
right now,
more.
maybe you feel like
He
I'm a
wanted
little lost. I want you to
us,
know you're not lost
molded from
enough.
the
You're
clay
more
and
loved than
dust,
you are lost.
just to say
okay?
he can make
and that
beauty of
love
mess.
is really why you're here.
He blew a
and you
soul
don't have to
into
remain
our
lost.
shell
Come
of
on,
a
somebody.
body.
You don't have to remain
So when you
lost
touch your
because
chest,
love
know
can
there's
find you, and it
something
will
in there.
find you, and it found all of us.
We are here.
And all lost
in the
is
Creator's
referring to is a
creation.
condition.
A canvas that
But
is
it's
life,
not
a
referring to your
sculpture that
destiny.
is time.
And look what he says.
With a
He
front
says it
row
does not
seat to
leave
make
the
meaning of it
99 in the open country and go
So,
after the one that is lost. Listen,
If creation
until
brings
he
you
finds
glory,
it. And he goes on to say, and when he has
if
found it, he
creation sings your
lays
praises,
on his shoulders and he's rejoicing. And
so
when he comes home, he calls together
will
his
I.
friends and his neighbors, saying to them, "Rejoice with me, for I have found my sheep that was lost." Then he goes this. Listen what he says. He says, just so. I just want you to know why.
Welcome to Destiny. We're
I
so
tell
glad
you
you're here.
this,
Take a look at what's happening.
that there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner
We're getting
who
ready for
repents
family
than
reunion
over
class that's
99
kicking
righteous
off on the
persons.
first Sunday of October.
need to know
This
the
is your
difference.
opportunity to take your
Oh,
next step
I
and
know,
join
man.
our family.
I want to speak to you today about the message I've entitled "The God Who Speaks."
Join us every Saturday at
Let's
9
pray.
a.m.
Father,
at the
we
East
thank you for the
Campus for a
spirit of
powerful
revelation.
time of family prayer.
Give our minds illumination that we would experience transformation. God, I pray.
At Destiny, we're a
together,
church of steps.
since
And
the
if at
Holy
any time
Spirit.
you want to take your next
God,
step
you
of growth, find the
really
next
wanna-
step card, fill out the
really want us
information,
to
and turn
know
it into
you.
our welcome center.
And more than anything, God, I pray that every person
Baptisms are coming up on Sunday, October
they lean
20th at
into
all of
what
our
you're gonna
campuses.
teach.
If you're ready to get baptized, you can
God,
register
why
at our
help us
website at
understand?
destiny.online/baptism.
But I'm more
Hashtag
loved.
this changes everything.
I ask this in Jesus' name. And all God's people say, amen. You may be
Thanks for
seated.
joining
If
us
you don't have
today.
a
For more
message outlined,
information, visit us
our
at the
ushers
Welcome
would be
Center
more
or
than
visit
happy to get you
destiny.online. Be sure to
to
follow us on
understand
Facebook
really
and Instagram.
what
We hope
Jesus
you
is
enjoy the
talking
rest
about
of
in
the
Luke
service.
15. You have to understand the audience and who he's speaking to. And in Luke chapter 15, verse 1, he starts off by Luke, the writer, letting us know that the audience that he's speaking to are
What does it mean to worship?
Tax collectors and sinners.
Why?
Matter of fact,
Why worship?
it's interesting because a lot of the crowds
raised,
that
God
Jesus
praised,
would,
lip
in some
singing
sense,
songs
attract
played.
were
Why?
either tax collectors or
creative.
sinners. It wasn't
Questions
saints.
that were not
It
far
wasn't like
from
he had
home.
this large group
They were
of
close enough
Jesus people
make me
following
think.
him. They were curious.
Can
Who's
I tell you
this
about
guy?
this God, the creator,
All these miracles
the
he's
greatest
doing.
artist, engineer,
Man, he
designer,
claims
writer
to be
of
the
our
Son of
story?
God. I want to hear
God multiplied light with
what he's
voice
saying.
when the world
Often,
was dark
it
and
was
formless.
curiosity
A speechless
that
night
drove
became
people
day,
to
a melody
follow
from my
Jesus,
eyes. The
to go
skies
listen
you
to
see
Jesus.
are
And
far
so
more than
Jesus
beauty,
is
perfectly
speaking to his
created in
audience.
purpose
One of
and
the things
color,
that I love about
patterns
Jesus is
and wonder.
that he knows
Next came
who he's
trees,
speaking to.
sprouting from the
You know,
ground,
in
providing
Luke
many
15,
needs,
he
but
starts
reminding
off
us
with this parable, and there's
that
three
we are
of them,
always
and
connected
they all have
to
to
what's
deal with
beneath the
loss.
surface.
But the first one is
God
he's dealing
designed
with what we're going to
creature
study
not
today is the
just
lost sheep.
uniquely,
And it's almost like
but
if you
soundly.
study the
Each
life of
creature
Jesus and when he would
creating path
speak,
through the
one of the first
skies,
things he'd always
through
do
the
is kind of
and what's around
level
you
the
and me.
playing field. He
He
never
spoke
had
calling.
favorites. He never put
He spoke
one above
mission.
the other or one
He
beneath
spoke
the
with
other.
precision.
If you were
Each
rich,
animal
he'd go, oh, I'm
he
here
purposed
to
to
reach the
multiply,
poor and
a
the
beautiful
rich.
lullaby.
He'd always, first of all, get your attention by
But to
leveling the
complete
playing
this
field.
song of
So he
life,
starts this parable by
wanted a
by
focus.
speaking to
He wanted
lost sheep.
something
He's
more.
calling them sheep.
He wanted
Then all of a
us,
sudden, knowing his audience,
molded from
he
the
gets to
clay
their
and
heart.
dust,
And the next one
just
he
to
talks
say
about the
he can
lost
make
coin.
beauty of mess.
The reason why he used the coin,
He blew a
was because
soul
he knew
into
those
our
in the
shell
crowd
of a body.
were tax
So when you
collectors.
touch your
Man,
chest, know
you're going
there's
to
something
understand this
in
because you
there.
understand coin.
We
You're going to understand that.
Are here
And then finally,
in a creator's
he
creation,
talks about the lost son.
a canvas that is life,
He knows his
a
audience.
sculpture that is
There's some
time,
sinners in here.
with a
You may
front
not
row
understand
seat
the
to make
metaphor of
meaning
coin.
of it all.
Not even a sheep.
So,
You know what it's like.
if creation brings you glory,
And so Jesus is,
if creation
He's
sings your
speaking.
praises,
and he's going directly after their heart.
so
And there's
Will
something
I?
he's trying to let everybody know, that his audience. Hey, there's tax collectors. So I can narrow the story to what you'll understand in the coin. And there's sinners.
Welcome to Destiny. We're
I
so glad
can
you're here. Take a
narrow
look
the
at what's
story
happening.
by identifying what a lost son is. But ultimately,
We're getting ready for family reunion class that's
All
kicking
of
off on the first Sunday of October.
Despite
This is your
tax
opportunity to take your
collectors
next step
and
and join our
sinners.
family.
how I see you is sheep.
Join us every Saturday
there's
at
anything
9
I
a.m.
want
at the
you to
East
leave
Campus
with
for a
today,
powerful time of family prayer.
It's knowing you're a sheep.
At Destiny,
See,
we're a
the
church of steps.
thing is
And if
that
at any time you want to take your next
12
step of
times
growth,
in the New
find the next
Testament,
step card,
the word
fill out the
shepherd
information,
appears.
and turn it into our Welcome Center.
90 times there's the word sheep. And there's something
Baptisms are
trying to
coming up on Sunday, October
communicate to
20th
us.
at all of our
Because
campuses.
unlike
If you're
Isaiah,
ready to get baptized, you
he
can
calls
register
you
at our
an
website at destiny.online
Isaiah came and he'd like,
/baptism.
Hey, you know what
This
you are,
changes
man?
everything.
You're like an eagle. Isaiah 40, verse 31. Those who mount up like wings.
Thanks for joining us today. For more information,
But it's
visit us at the
different.
Welcome Center or visit
Because
destiny.online.
Jesus
Be sure to follow us on
doesn't call
Facebook
you an
and
eagle.
Instagram. We hope you enjoyed the rest of the
90
service.
times he refers to his people as sheep. So there's something he's wanting us to know why he identifies us that way. Like Obed, by
What does it
calling,
mean to
you're a
worship?
pastor.
why?
But ultimately,
worship?
how I see you,
I see hands
just
raised,
a
God
sheep.
praised, lips singing, songs
and,
played.
and there's
Why?
a reason why
Was I created?
90 times he's drilling it
Questions
in
that
us.
were not
You're
far
a sheep.
from home.
You're a sheep. And the
They were
reason
close
why
enough
is the first is that
make me
a
think.
sheep has, listen, it has no
Can I
survival
tell you about
skills.
this God, the
Matter of
creator,
fact, it's
the greatest artist,
different than
engineer,
any other
designer,
animal.
writer of our story?
Because every animal God created, he
God
created them with
multiplied light with
mechanisms of
voice
defense.
when the world was dark
Think
and
of a
formless.
of
A
a
speechless
bear.
night became day,
Their
a melody
defense
from my
mechanism are
eyes. The
claws.
skies you see
Think of a lion.
are far more than
The
beauty,
defense mechanisms are
perfectly
teeth.
created in purpose and
Think
color,
of a skunk.
patterns
His
and wonder.
defense mechanisms
Next
is he
came
gives out an
trees,
odor.
sprouting from the ground,
Yet the
providing
only
many
animal
needs,
God
but
created
reminding us
without a
that
defense
we are always
mechanism,
connected to what's
is a
beneath
sheep.
the surface.
it is why it has to have
God
a
designed
shepherd
creature
to
not
protect
just
itself.
uniquely,
because it cannot fight its own battles.
Each
And when
creature
it does,
creating
it
paths
always
through the skies,
loses. And the
through the
reason
sea,
why God says, oh, you're a
what's
sheep,
around you and
90
me.
times I'm going to tell you, is
spoke
because
calling.
he's trying to let you know,
He
and he
spoke
let you know
mission.
from Genesis
He
to
spoke with
Revelation
precision,
that you don't
and
have
each
to fight the
animal
battles. The battles are
purpose
always
to
mine.
multiply.
And we've learned that when we
Lullaby.
try to fight our own battles, we always end up on the losing
But to
side.
complete
Come on.
this song of life,
And
he
so
wanted a
what he's
focus.
trying to let you know
He
is
wanted
that you
something
can't
more.
fight this on your
He
own.
wanted
You don't
us,
have the defense mechanisms. Matter of
molded
fact,
from the
I
clay
made
and
it that
dust,
point that you don't
just
have
to
the
say
defense
he can make
mechanisms.
beauty of
Because at the
mess.
end of the day, if you and
He
I
blew
fight
a
our own
soul
battles,
into
we
our
would walk
shell
around
of
like
a
we're the
body.
champions. Like,
So
oh
when
yeah,
you
look at
touch
me,
your
man.
chest,
My
know
fight is
there's
better than your
something in
fight.
there.
No.
We
He's like,
are here
Jehoshaphat,
in a creator's
I know you're
creation,
outnumbered.
a canvas that is life,
is not
a
yours.
sculpture that is time,
Battle is mine.
with a front row
Daniel.
seat to make meaning of it all.
I know you were thrown into the lion,
So,
but I'll shut
if creation brings you glory,
Hey,
creation
Shadrach,
sings
Meshach,
your
and Abednego,
praises.
I know they throw you into the fiery furnace,
so
but the next time the
Will
soldier
I.
looks, there's 4 of them inside of them. Like, in other words, I'm going to fight your battles because at the end of the day, you don't have the defense mechanisms to do it. And imagine if every one of us left here like this.
Welcome to Destiny. We're so glad you're here. Take a look at what's happening.
God, I'm facing things that are challenging.
We're getting ready for family reunion class that's
And
kicking
I know
off on the
alone.
first Sunday of October. This is your opportunity to take your next
But when
step
you come-
and join our family.
as the champion of all champions, and you fight my battles.
Join us every Saturday at
You
9 a.m.
remind
at the
me that
East
I'm
Campus for a
victorious.
powerful time of family prayer.
That's the side I'm supposed to live on. Because I could tell you that I
At
fought a lot of
Destiny, we're a
battles on
church
my
of
own.
steps. And if at any time you want to take your next
This
step
is
of
why
growth, find the next step card, fill out the
sheep always
information,
come
and
to
turn it
church
into our welcome center.
That are lost, wounded. Why?
Baptisms are coming up
tried
on
to fight
Sunday,
the
October 20th at all of our campuses. If you're ready
He
to
says,
get baptized, you
sheep have
can
no
register at our
survival skills.
website at
The second thing is that he reminds us that
destiny.online/baptism.
sheep thrive in
Hashtag
community.
this changes everything.
Every year, I go to New Zealand, and they're
Thanks for
like
joining
the
us
sheep.
today. For more information,
nation
visit us
of
at
the
the Welcome
world.
Center or visit
unlike
destiny.online.
Texas.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook
So
and
when you
Instagram. We
go to
hope you enjoy the rest of
McDonald's,
the service.
It's almost offensive when you're like, give me a Big Mac. And they ask you, do you want a hamburger or a lamb burger? Don't go to a restaurant and ask for a steak. Because they're
what does it mean to
all they
worship?
do. Take care of sheep.
Why do I
You're going to
worship?
eat lamb.
I see
never liked
hands
lamb.
raised, God
went
praised,
to New
lips
Zealand.
singing,
I
songs
still
played.
don't, but I never
Why
did.
was I created? Questions that were not far from home.
But there's
They were
there's
close
sheep
enough
everywhere.
to make me
And I'll
think.
never forget one day,
Can I tell
we're
you
out in
about
the
this
field.
God, the
Pastor
creator,
was taking us around
the greatest artist, engineer,
told him, I said, I
designer,
want to
writer
speak
of
to-
our story?
to a shepherd. I want to speak
God
to somebody
multiplied
who
light
takes
with
care of
voice when the world was dark and formless.
And I asked him
A
this question,
speechless
I
night
said,
became day, a
come
melody
you
for my
never
eyes.
see
The
a
skies you
sheep
see
alone?
are far more than
Because if you
beauty,
do, they're gone astray.
perfectly created in purpose and
They-
color,
They
patterns
are created
and wonder.
to thrive.
Next came trees, sprouting from the ground,
Because
providing
if
many
one sheep
needs, but reminding
goes away,
us
the rest
that
of
we
the
are
sheep
always
will follow.
connected to what's beneath the
And at
surface.
the end of the day,
God designed creature not just
you
uniquely,
didn't end up
but
sinning.
soundly. Each creature creating path through the skies, through the sea,
That led
and
you
what's
in
around you and me.
direction.
He
Because
spoke calling,
God identified
he
as a
spoke
sheep.
mission, he spoke with
We are
precision,
our
in
best.
each animal a purpose to multiply, a beautiful lullaby.
This is why when Adam and
But
Eve
to
were
complete
in
this song of
fellowship with
life,
God,
He wanted a focus. He wanted
man, they were in the
something
garden
more.
talking to him,
He
and
wanted
conversating with
us,
him, conversating to each other. They liked
molded
each
from the
other.
clay and
And then all of a
dust,
sudden, they
just to
sinned,
say He can make
and we're
beauty
not
of
even
mess.
thinking about it. Listen to me.
He blew
Not
a
even
soul into our
thinking
shell
about
of a body.
What does the
So when
Bible
you
say?
touch your chest, know
They
there's
covered
something in
themselves up.
there.
Listen. And then they
We
went and
are
hid
here
themselves.
in a creator's creation,
Because sin
a canvas
will
that
always
is
take
life,
you out of
a
control.
sculpture that is time,
Listen, and it will
with
lead
a
you
front
to
row
a place
seat
of
to make
isolation.
meaning of it all.
And here's what you'll start saying: nobody is around to help me.
If
No,
creation
no,
brings
it's
you
not that
glory,
nobody's around to help you. You chose.
if creation
for
sings
nobody
your
to be
praises,
around you, not to help you. Come on,
so
come on. Can I be real today?
will I.
Come on, can I open up my jacket and be real today? And so at the end of the day, Listen, you're at your best in community. It's not, we're not a church with groups. We're a church of groups.
Welcome to Destiny. We're so glad you're here. Take a look at what's happening.
You are at your best when you're in a community of other believers. And this is why in the New Testament church, they got them saved. God saved them. And what does the Bible say? The Bible says, and they went from home to home breaking bread. Why? Because Sundays are not enough.
Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. at the
Sundays you come to church to get equipped. But it's in the homes that you go to, the Starbucks, it's in a small group that you sharpen one another and you rub off one another and you realize, I'm not the only one going through some stuff. Come on, we're all going through it together.
Baptisms are coming up on Sunday,
and you got your back. Yeah, I got your back. You got my back. Yeah, I got my back. Because all 7 pieces of the armor of God listed in Ephesians chapter 6 only cover the front part of your body. You got to have some people that got your back, right? Because I could be standing back to back with my friends, and how many know the devil can't get you from the back?
Be sure to follow us on Facebook
so listen,
and
you got to
Instagram.
thrive in community. The third thing, listen, is that they wander astray easily. They wander astray easily. And here's why. Because sheep are driven by curiosity.
What does it mean to worship?
When they see a little fence that's
do I worship?
Tore up or has a hole,
I see hands raised, God praised, lips singing, songs played.
When they see a ditch,
why
they run up so
created?
Close that they land up falling into.
Questions that were not far from home.
What's led them there?
They were close enough to make me think.
What led you?
Can I tell you about this God, the Creator, the greatest artist, engineer, designer, writer of our story? God multiplied light with voice when the world was dark and formless. A speechless night became day, a melody for my eyes. The skies you see are far more than beauty, perfectly created in purpose and color, patterns and wonder.
And then there's bad drugs.
Next came trees, sprouting from the ground, providing many needs, but reminding us that we are always connected to what's beneath the surface.
Well, let me talk to you about
God designed creature not just uniquely,
more importantly, you're 9
but soundly. Each creature creating path through the skies, through the sea, and what's around you and me. He spoke calling. He spoke mission. He spoke with precision. In each animal, a purpose to multiply, a beautiful lullaby. But to complete this song of life, he wanted a focus. He wanted something more. He wanted us, molded from the clay and dust, just to say he can make beauty of mess. He blew a soul into our shell of a body, so when you touch your chest, know there's something in there. We are here in a Creator's creation, a canvas that is life, a sculpture that is time, with a front row seat to make meaning of it all. So, if creation brings you glory, if creation sings your praises, so will I.
Faith, we're going to feed them, and that person can recover. Whoa, what starts it all? What even starts it?
Welcome to Destiny. We're so glad you're here. Take a look at what's happening.
That's a sheep. That's why they wander easily astray.
We're getting ready for family reunion class that's kicking off on the first Sunday of October. This is your opportunity to take your next step and join our family.
In other words, sheep, what they do is as they go
Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. at the East Campus for a powerful time of family prayer.
Pick up mud. And all of a sudden,
at Destiny, we're a church of steps. And if at any time you want to take your next step of growth, find the next step card, fill out the information, and turn it into our welcome center.
They look like they haven't been taken care of by a shepherd.
Baptisms are coming up on Sunday, October 20th at all of our campuses. If you're ready to get baptized, you can register at our website at destiny.online/baptism. Hashtag this changes everything.
Tax collectors and sinners. But a lot of you are at 9:30.
Thanks for joining us today. For more information, visit us at the Welcome Center or visit destiny.online. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We hope you enjoy the rest of the service.
Everybody looks the same, smells the same. Come on, comes from the same. I pray that there's a person next to you that's so clean and they're so righteous, and they're sitting next to somebody that's so broken, so dirty with sin, and we should never say, well, you know, that shouldn't be like this in this church. Oh, no, that's what the church should be about. Come on. We're reaching lost people. We're reaching people that God wants to love and lavish them with that. Come on, don't forget how you used to look when you first came to the house of God.
They were close
and
enough.
So we should be excited about that. God, thank you that you're bringing hurting and broken people, because where else can they go and get the hope and the love? They can get a different picture of what their life could look like.
God multiplied light with voice.
At the end of the day, they're not going to come in clean.
A speechless night became day, a melody for my eyes. The skies you see are far more than beauty.
Come on, thank you for the church. Come on, thank you for the love of God that covers sins and conquers all. Come on, are you hearing me today?
Sprouting from the ground, providing many needs.
That's what it's about. And this is why Isaiah said this.
That we are always connected to what's beneath.
He didn't say some.
The surface.
He says all.
God designed creature not just
all
uniquely,
we like sheep
but soundly.
That have gone astray.
Each creature creating path through the skies, through the sea.
We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord
He spoke calling. He spoke mission. He spoke with precision, and each animal a purpose to multiply, a beautiful lullaby. But to complete this song of life, he wanted a focus. He wanted something more. He wanted us, molded from the clay and dust, just to say he can make beauty of mess. He blew a soul into our shell of a body, so when you touch your chest, know there's something in there. We are here in the Creator's creation, a canvas that is life, a sculpture that is time, with a front row seat to make meaning of it all. So, if creation brings you glory, if creation sings your praises,
they had their own pasture.
So
they're safe
will I.
In their own pastures. But when one would leave, the value was so great that the shepherd would leave the pasture.
Welcome to Destiny. We're so glad you're here. Take a look at what's happening.
And in him going in search for the sheep,
we're getting ready for family reunion class that's kicking off on the first Sunday of October. This is your opportunity to take your next step and join our family. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. at the East Campus for a powerful time of family prayer.
I want you to get this.
At Destiny, we're a church of steps, and if at any time you want to take your next step of growth, find the next step card, fill out the information, and turn it into our welcome center.
Heaven. Being at the right hand of his Father.
Baptisms are coming up on Sunday, October 20th at all of our campuses. If you're ready to get baptized, you can register at our website at destiny.online.
And his daddy looked at him one day and says, I have sheep that are missing.
Thanks for joining us today. For more information, visit us at the Welcome Center.
I'm looking at you as the great shepherd.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook
and I know
Instagram. We hope you enjoy the rest of
that if you're going to go after them, you're putting your life at risk. Because you're going to trespass on property. That in some sense, when I threw Lucifer out and I gave him an opportunity to do what he could do on earth, you're going to trespass on his property. And hey, Jesus, I just want you to know it could even lead to death.
I see hands raised, God praised, lips singing, songs played. Why was I created?
Yes, son, for the one.
Questions that were not far from home. They were close enough to make me think.
Because if their life's at risk,
can I tell you about this God, the Creator?
They need somebody.
The greatest artist, engineer, designer, writer of our story.
Left the comfort of who he was.
God multiplied light with voice when the world was dark and formless. A speechless night became day, a melody for my eyes. The skies you see are far more than beauty, perfectly created in purpose and color, patterns and wonder. Next came trees, sprouting from the ground, providing many needs, but reminding us that we are always connected to what's beneath the surface. God designed creature not just uniquely, but soundly. each creature creating path through the skies, through the sea, and what's around you and me. He spoke calling, he spoke mission, he spoke with precision, and each animal a purpose to multiply, a beautiful lullaby.
John says this, my sheep hear my voice.
But to complete this song of life, he wanted a focus. He wanted something more. He wanted us,
You hear everything. But isn't it
molded
amazing
from
how
the
that
clay
one
and
voice,
dust,
besides
just
all
to
the
say
chaos
he
that's
can make
going around,
beauty of mess.
you can still hear John's
He
voice.
blew a soul into our shell of a body, so when you touch your chest, know there's something in there.
They follow me and I give them eternal
We
life, and they
are
shall
here
never perish, neither
in
shall
the Creator's
any
creation, a canvas that is life, a sculpture that is
Second
time,
thing is, listen, number two,
with a front row seat to make meaning of it all.
He changes.
So,
The parable continues. And
if
look what he
creation
says.
brings you glory,
And when he is
if creation sings your praises,
can I just park there for
so
20 seconds?
will I.
Can I speak to you moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas? Can I speak to you praying saints? I have family members who
Welcome to Destiny. We're so glad you're here. Take a look at what's happening.
behind yet. Still kind of wandering astray.
We're getting ready for family reunion class
I'll
that's
tell you
kicking
what,
off on the first
the
Sunday of
writer-
October. This is your
I'll tell you what
opportunity
Luke
to take
said
your next step
about
and join
Jesus.
our family.
He said, when he has found it,
Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. at the
Does
East
not
Campus for a
say,
powerful time of family
and
prayer.
if he finds it. He says,
At
and
Destiny, we're a church of
when
steps. And if at any
he
time you want to take your
finds
next step of growth, by the
Because
next
at the end
step
of the
card,
day, he
fill out the
doesn't
information
stop
and turn it into
searching
our Welcome Center.
until he finds it. And he never
Baptisms
stops
are
searching
coming
for
up on
you.
Sunday,
As
October
many times
20th
as
at
God, I
all
don't
of our
want anything to do
campuses.
with you.
If you're
I
ready
don't
to
want
get
anything to do with
baptized,
church.
you
And
can
God's like,
register
okay,
at our
you can keep
website
on
at
dogging me, but the day's gonna come when you don't need me.
destiny.online/baptism.
And the
Hashtag
day is
this
going to
changes
come when you
everything.
call on me and I'm this close. And he says this, and when
Thanks
he
for
has
joining us
found
today.
it,
For more
he
information,
lays
visit us
it
at the Welcome
on
Center or
his
visit destiny.online. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We hope you
No.
enjoyed the rest of service.
The thing about it, the sheep, they know no direction. In fact, the reason why a shepherd would walk around with his staff was because
What does it
his
mean to
staff would
worship?
have a hook on the end. So if they got
Why
astray,
do I worship?
he could hook them up.
I see hands raised,
Hook
God
'em in.
praised, lips singing,
But then on the
songs
bottom,
played. Why?
It was
Was
pointing.
I created?
And all he would do often is
Questions
he would take
that
his
were
staff
not
and he'd
far
point
from
in a
home.
direction.
They were close
All the
enough
sheep
to make me
follow
think.
the direction he's pointing.
Can I tell you about this God, the creator,
Holy Spirit
the greatest artist, engineer, designer, writer of our
points you into the
story?
direction that Jesus
God
is going to
multiplied
take.
light with voice when the world was dark
Because
and formless.
sheep
A speechless
know no
night
direction.
became day, a melody for
They
my
just follow.
eyes. The skies you see
And
are
so when they
far more
land
than
up
beauty,
allowing their lives to
perfectly
be
created
driven
in
by
purpose
curiosity, it
and
takes
color,
them places they
patterns
should never be.
and wonder.
And they land up getting
Next came
stuck.
trees, sprouting from the ground, providing many needs, but reminding us
Put you on
that
your
we are
shoulders
always connected to what's beneath the surface.
because you don't know.
God designed creature not just
He
uniquely,
does.
but soundly.
He knows everything
Each
about
creature
you tomorrow.
creating
He knows
path
everything
through the
about your future.
skies, through the sea,
And I can tell you
and what's
that this
around
was
you
the
and me.
hardest thing for me.
He spoke calling,
Still
he spoke
to this
mission,
day.
he spoke with precision, and each animal a purpose to multiply, a beautiful
I
lullaby.
consider myself a visionary person.
But to complete this song of life, he wanted a focus.
I love leadership.
He wanted something more.
And often
He
doesn't
wanted
listen.
us, molded from the clay and dust, just to say he can make beauty of mess.
And it reminds
He
me
blew
of
a
the
soul
safest
into
place I
our
can be.
shell of a body, so when you
It's
touch
on
your
shoulders,
chest, know there's something in there.
steps. Come on, are you
We
hearing me?
Are here
And you know
in the
what?
Creator's creation.
Oftentimes when
A
we get to
canvas
the
that is
place
life,
and we're like,
a
God, I
sculpture
just
that
don't
is
know where
time,
I'm going. Can I
with a
tell
front
you,
row
it's just
seat
a
to
sign
make meaning
outwardly
of
that
it
you're
all.
reminding yourself, hey, you've come off the
So,
shoulders and you kind of started
creation
wandering
brings
on
you
your own
glory,
because somebody who's being led of Jesus shouldn't
creation
have that
sings your
response. I
praises,
don't know where I'm going. No, if I'm led by
so
Jesus, I just trust him that
will
he
I.
knows where he's supposed to take me because he has my destiny. Come on, he has my life in his hands. It's so he not only finds you, but he goes, no. Listen, I'm not going to let you do it again. No,
Welcome to Destiny. We're so glad you're here. Take a look at what's happening.
Listen to me. He'll take you places.
We're getting ready for family reunion class that's kicking off on the first Sunday of October. This is your opportunity to take your next step and join our family.
To come because you're sitting at a
Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. at the East Campus for a powerful time of family prayer.
And the reason why you don't have to be afraid.
At Destiny, we're a church of steps, and if at any time you want to take the next step of growth, find the next step card, fill out the information, and turn it into our welcome center.
And sometimes I look at my future and I'm like, oh God, this is so huge.
Baptisms are coming up on Sunday, October 20th at all of our campuses. If you're ready to get baptized, you can register at our website at destiny.online/baptism. Hashtag this changes everything.
Jeremiah says it like this. Overturn, O faithless children, and declares the Lord.
Thanks for joining us today. For more information, visit us at the Welcome Center or visit destiny.online. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We hope you enjoy the rest of the service.
And I will give you a shepherd, listen, after my own heart, who will feed you with knowledge and understanding. So there's a great shepherd that's coming. Get ready. She's going to take you places you've never imagined you'd ever go. Third thing.
What does it mean to worship?
He includes me. As I close, he includes me.
Why?
And this is what I love about it. Look what happens as the story continues in verse 6. He says, and when he comes home,
why?
Think of the picture.
Was I created?
The sheep's coming back.
Questions that were not far from home.
And he's on the shoulders
they
of
were
Jesus,
close enough
Jesus kind of
to make me think.
And he says this.
Can I tell you about this God, the creator? The greatest artist, engineer, designer, writer of our story.
I found my sheep.
God multiplied light with voice when the world was dark and formless. A speechless night became day, a melody for my eyes. The skies you see are far more than beauty, perfectly created in purpose and color, patterns and wonder. Next came trees, sprouting from the ground, providing many needs, but reminding us that we are always connected to what's beneath the surface. God designed creature not just uniquely, but soundly. Each creature creating path through the skies, through the sea, and what's around you and me. He spoke calling. He spoke mission. He spoke with precision. In each animal, a purpose to multiply, a beautiful lullaby. But to complete this song of life, he wanted a focus. He wanted something more. He wanted us, molded from the clay and dust, just to say he can make beauty of mess.
You can rejoice with me.
He blew a soul into our shell of a body, so when you
have
touch
confidence
your chest,
in me.
know
Why?
there's something in there.
Because if you ever go astray,
are here.
Just like I brought him home, I'll bring you home. Pastor Obed, I don't think my husband will ever get saved. Oh, no. If he brought you home, he can bring them home. Pastor Obed, you don't understand. My children and grandchildren are so lost. I don't know if he could do it. If he brought you home, I know he can bring them home. The only reason why he saved you is because he loves you. And the other reason why is because he wants you to know, if I did it for you, hey, I'll do it for them too. At the end of the day, I'll do it for them too. And I want you to have this confidence that if I found you, I'll find them. That's what I'll do. And then lastly, number 5, he equips me. Number 4, he equips me. And look what he says. The parable ends with this, and I want you to see this. Look what it says. Just so I tell you. Like, I love Jesus. He's such a cool, just so. I'll tell you. I can see him propping his shoulders right now. I'll tell you. Right? There will be more what? Not peace. You know that joy is the closest feeling to fulfillment. You want to know why curiosity tries to lead you? because all you're wanting is fulfillment. So he goes, when I find you, you're all going to rejoice for me, and you're going to have this joy. It is the closest thing to fulfillment. And he says this, in heaven over one sinner who repents and over 99 righteous persons who need repentance. We're gonna end with the worship song. And no one leaving, it's so important. I want to show you something. My kids are older now, they're 9 and 11. And when they were little kids, they would always say, Daddy, can I climb on you? And I'm like, oh man, that meant you're going to kick me on my side, put a knee in my back. And you know what I would do? I'd get on my knees because they were too small. And some of you have done this and you play them with your kids and your baby comes running and they start climbing on you. And all they want to do is to get on your back. Dad, if I could just get on your back. And then once they're on your back, they'd say, Daddy, pick me up. Like, raise me up. So I'd take my son and I'd get on my feet and woo. And he'd think he's king. Look how tall I am. Look what I could see. You know, that's what Jesus said. You want to enter the kingdom? Come as a little child. And when you do, I'll come down. I've done it before. I've come down before. I'll come down again. Because you probably can't get on my shoulders on your own. But if I come down to you, you could be like that little baby that just crawls on my back just to get on my shoulders. And friends, when he does, he'll lift you up. They did it to him at the cross. They laid him down on a cross so that we can get on his shoulders. It's why Isaiah said, and the government shall be upon his shoulders. And then what did they do? They didn't leave him down. They lifted him up. And he was just showing you, when you come to me right now in worship, here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine, as we're worshiping, crawling on the shoulders of Jesus, staying there, and saying, God, this week, I plan to be carried on your shoulders, and you will direct my life. Come on, where it needs to be. Come on, you receive that today? Come on, let's stand to our feet because we're going to worship the Lord right now.